Hello students, in this video I am going to discuss ILD for beams. In the subject strength of materials, we have seen how to draw shear force diagram and bending moment diagram. But while drawing these diagrams, we considered the position of the load as the fixed position, and because of which the shear force, bending moment, etc., which we calculated at any particular section remained constant because the load was not changing its position. In actual practice, the fixed position of loads, such situation is very rare, and the structures, almost all the structures, are subjected to certain moving loads also. For an example, the number of human beings who are coming inside the structure and going outside the structure is a case of moving load. The weights of the furnitures are also the case of moving loads because these furnitures can be moved from one position to another position inside the structure, or even these furnitures can also be taken outside the structure. Some additional furniture can be moved in. The weights of the moving vehicles. So all such loads are the moving type of loads. And if moving loads are acting on a structure, then these functions such as shear force, bending moment, reactions of the structure or reactions provided to the structure by the supports are not going to remain constant. But these functions are going to change with the change in position of the load. Influence line diagram is a graph which is plotted considering the span of the structure as the base and the variable functions such as shear force, bending moment, etc. as the ordinates against the position of the load as the abscissa. So while drawing the influence line diagram, we are going to consider the span of the structure as the base, the variable functions as the ordinate, and the load position as the abscissa. Now, when one wants to draw the ILD, he will have to consider a unit load moving from one end to the another end. And by considering the unit load as the moving load, we check how the variable functions are changing when the load is taking different positions on the span of the structure. Now here, to start with this chapter, first I am going to discuss the influence line diagram for reactions of the beam. And in order to explain this thing, I have considered a simply supported beam. Let it is a simply supported beam AB of span L, and let a unit load is moving from one end to the other end. Now it is taking different positions with respect to time on this beam. At certain instant, let this load is at a distance y from left end. So if this distance is y, total span of the beam is L, so remaining distance is L minus y. Now we know that for every position of the load, the beam has to be in equilibrium. So considering that, I can apply the equations of equilibrium using summation Fy is equal to 0, Ra plus Rb is equal to 1. This is the first equation which I am getting. Now taking moments about A, so taking moments about A and using the condition summation Ma is equal to 0 means I am going to take the moments about A and equating it to 0. The equation will be Rb into L minus 1 into Y is equal to 0. This equation gives me Rb is equal to Y upon L and Ra is equal to L minus Y upon L. So I am getting the equations for Rb and Ra. Now these two equations, observing these equations, we can see that Rb is the function of Y, Ra is also the function of Y. Now for this beam, when the load is over here at the end A, Y is equal to 0, and when the load is at position B, Y is equal to L. So I am assigning these two values to Y. So Y is equal to 0 and Y is equal to L. When Y is equal to 0, and if I put it in these equations I am getting these values of Ra as Ra is equal to 1 because y is 0, so it will be L by L, Ra is equal to 1, and Rb is equal to, when I substitute y is equal to 0 over here, Rb is equal to 0. Putting y is equal to L, I will get Ra is equal to 0 and Rb is equal to 1. Now what I am doing is that, see, when y is equal to 0, Ra is 1, it is known to me. So y is equal to 0 means this position, Ra is equal to 1, to certain suitable scale I am plotting this ordinate as 1. So this is 1. When y is equal to 0, Ra is equal to 1. When y is equal to L, Ra is 0. So when y is equal to L means when the load is at position B, then Ra is 0 and I am getting this as the position or this as the point. So I get two distinct points, and if I join these two, I am going to get ILD for Ra. But again the question is how to join these 2 points. Should I join it by means of a straight line or should I join it by a curve? That is the question. Now for that I will go to this equation. Ra is equal to L minus y upon L. Ra is function of y, but degree of y is 1, so it simply indicates that it should be a straight line. So Ra changes linearly, and that is why these two are to be joined by means of a straight line. Now ILD for Rb. Y is equal to 0, Rb will be equal to 0, y is equal to L, Rb is equal to 1. So Rb is 1 when y is equal to L, Rb is 0 when y is 0, and I am getting this triangle. So this triangle is nothing but the ILD for Rb, this triangle is nothing but ILD for Ra. Now when the load is at this position, that is at A, the entire reaction will be provided by this support A, and that is why Ra is 1. Whereas when the load is over here, the entire reaction will be provided by B, and that is why Rb is equal to 1, because the load is equal to 1 and Ra is equal to 0. So in this diagram, as I have defined the ILD, now ILD is drawn for the span. Now this base is equal to span and every ordinate is the variable function. So this ordinate, if I consider this ordinate, it is the value of Ra. It is the value of Ra means it is the reaction at A when the load is at corresponding ordinate on the top of the ordinate. So when the load is over here, Ra is equal to this ordinate. When the load is over here, I will have to get this ordinate, and this ordinate will represent the value of Ra. When the load is at B, ordinate is 0, and that is why Ra is 0. So every ordinate in ILD for Ra gives us the value of Ra when the load is exactly on the top of that ordinate. Same is the case with the ILD for Rb also. Now, so to get the value of Ra at any position, we will have to get the corresponding ordinate, and this ordinate will give you the value of Ra when you are dealing with ILD for Ra. So this is how ILD for Ra and Rb can be drawn. But there are certain shortcut methods also. So I am going to discuss the shortcut method by means of which ILD for the reactions can be drawn. And in order to explain it, I have considered 4 different beams. It is a simply supported beam. Then this is a beam with one overhang. So overhang is there on the right side. Then this is a beam with 2 overhangs, and I have considered a cantilever beam at last. So it is a simply supported beam. And in case of simply supported beam, how to draw the ILD, we have seen it just now. Mark 1 at A, mark 0 at B, join these two together and by means of a straight line, and it is the ILD for Ra now. In order to get ILD for Rb, mark 1 at B, mark 0 at A, join these two and by means of a straight line, and this will be the ILD for Rb. Now let us go to this beam. In order to draw ILD for this beam with one overhang on one side, again when you want to get ILD for Ra, mark 1 at A, mark 0 at B, because these two values are directly known to us. Join these two together and extend the same straight line for the overhang also, and this is the shape of the ILD for Ra for this overhanging beam. When ILD for Rb is to be drawn, mark 1 at B, mark 0 at A, join these two, extend the same straight line. The slope should not change, the same straight line should be extended, and this is what the ILD for RB can be drawn. Now ILD for this beam with overhangs on both the sides, the similar procedure is to be adopted. Mark when ILD for RA is to be drawn, mark 1 at A, mark 0 at B, join these two together. To get the ILD for this span on the right side, extend the same straight line, and for the span on the left hand side, extend it in backward direction. So this is the ILD for RA in case of the beam having two overhangs. ILD for RB, now mark 1 at B, mark 0 at A, join these two together, extend the same straight line. This is the shape of the ILD for RB. Now for this particular beam, the last beam is the cantilever beam, and here I want to draw the ILD for RA first and then MA. MA is the fixed end moment which is at the fixed support A. Now for cantilever beam, you can see that whatever is the position of this unit load, so unit load, let it be somewhere over here, here or anywhere on this span. So this is the unit load. Unit load can take any position, but whatever is the position of this unit load, RA is going to be equal to that point load, because there is only one vertical reaction, and that vertical reaction must be equal to the downward load acting, which is the unit load. So for every position, for every section on the span of AB, RA is equal to 1. As such, ILD for RA is going to be a rectangle in this case. Whereas when you want to draw ILD for MA, we have to take into account the position of the load. When the load is closer to A, the fixed end moment will be lesser. When the load is exactly on the support A, MA will be 0. So it is to be kept in mind that as the load moves away from the position A is fixed, the moment at A goes on increasing, and it will be maximum when the unit load is at position B. And as such, the ILD for MA will be a triangle with the maximum ordinate at position B, indicating that when the unit load is at B, MA is maximum. So as the unit load is closer and closer to A, MA is going to be, or MA is approaching to 0, whereas RA is constant. So this is how ILD for RA and RB can be drawn. Now here, in case of overhanging beam, we can see that the RA or ILD for RA is on positive side, and there is some part which is on negative side also. So when the load is on BC, that is on this overhanging part, RA is negative. It simply means that RA must be acting in downward direction. Same is the case over here. Again, in this case, RB, the maximum value of RB will be more than 1. So which can be observed from this figure. So this is how the ILD for reactions can be drawn. In the forthcoming videos, I am going to discuss ILD for shear force, ILD for bending moment, then how to get the reactions, the shear force, the bending moment when certain another loading conditions are given. That also I am going to discuss. So please stay connected and do subscribe to my channel. Thanks.